Hello Twitch, welcome in everyone. How we doing today? What's new? What's happening? Happy Sunday. Hopefully everyone's having a lovely day. Oh hey, it's time to start the stream. So roast chicken dinner tonight. Gonna keep things simple for the most part, I think. But I am gonna be doing all the goodies. Gonna do some bread stuffing tonight. Gonna do some roast taters. Gonna do, I can't do it now. I forgot to buy it. I was gonna do a cucumber salad today. I didn't buy the cucumber. Way to go, Jay. Hey, Darth. Yeah, it is nice and sunny out there. It'll change here soon, though. We're getting to that time. But let's make some coffee. Harvested all the Meyer lemons, sides 1 or 2 that were looking a It's a little way too underripe. A couple of these still got a little greenage to them. I think I'm going to let these just dry out until tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll probably salt cure these. Just keep them around for use around the house. Yeah, it's actually been a pretty mild winter here. We've gotten a decent amount of rain, but usually it's just this dreary nastiness that lasts from like mid-December until early April. Doesn't seem to be. I mean, we had a good run at the beginning, and for some reason it just sort of disappeared. It gave us a ton of rain. It gave us all sorts of rain, helped out our drought issue, but was most certainly not the normal winter. Normal winter is just yeah. It follows me now. Uh-oh. Always forgetting to turn the kettle off when it only really happens when I'm streaming that I forget to do the kettle thing, because I'll start at like 4 o'clock or something like that, and it has a keep hot option, and so it will keep it at 204, 205 for 2 hours if I want it to. Actually, I think I can even extend that. I think that's just what the standard is. And so I set it to just stay warm, and so I don't have to worry about it being hot for stream. And then I put the kettle back there and forget that I got it on constant on. Ooh, I think I might actually have some leeks here. I don't know if they're still good. I've had some leeks in that fridge for a minute now. Maybe use that with our little bread stuffing tonight. Oh yeah, that's right. The rest of the U.S. is hating the weather right now. I forgot about that. We're getting all the traditional, you know, the new New York mayor is out shoveling snow. And which, I don't know. I don't really know his politics really at all. I have no idea if he's a good dude or not. But one little I have seen of that new New York mayor seemed very wholesome compared to many of the past ones. Wow, what are you doing here? Think you just can't keep track of me tonight, can ya? There we go. Just keeps quitting on me tonight. Cheers, folks. Happy Sunday. Hopefully you've had a lovely week. You had a great weekend. Cheers to you. Hopefully you're not sitting down to an early Monday morning work job. But if so, I hope you get to it, and it's a busy one so it goes by quick. Okay, lemons. I think lemons are just going to chill out here. Actually, let's put those in a bowl. Sort of hide them. I think they're dried off enough now that what little air drying will cover whatever moisture's left there. I'm happy with that bunch of lemons this year. It's the first year I've actually got like a harvest off of my tree that I remember. I mean, I've had a couple of lemons here and there. It's the first year the tree's actually been really happy, I guess. Of course, it is my second dwarf Meyer lemon tree. I was really rather annoyed. My first one I bought when I moved out here to California. And so it traveled with me to several different homes. And now it's just sort of... We're on our second one here because an unnamed party that lives nearby decided to get rid of it. Or rather, they decided to move it. And I tolerated them moving it. And then I came back from a vacation or a trip or something like that, and it had been disappeared, and the half wine barrel it in was broken down. Of course, I wanted it there, and so I immediately went out and bought a new planter and put a brand new tree right where I wanted it. So I'm sure they love that. Alright, what are we starting with here tonight? I think we get started with the bread stuffing. Bread stuffing. My camera has stopped following me again. I do not know why it is giving me hassles. New setup. Gotta learn things. I'm just gonna live with it for the moment. I'm gonna start by cutting up some bread. Got some of that local sourdough. Not the greatest sourdough, but it'll work for our stuffing, sure. For sure. Do love me some fresh citrus. Break this down into something a little bit more manageable here. And then we're gonna small dice our bread. What is the knife I want for this? There it is. I want my cake knife. Do the reverse here. Thank you for that follow, Trinacta. Welcome in. Hopefully you're having a lovely Sunday. Hey, Maz. Welcome, welcome. We are 86ing the feta and cucumber salad because I neglected to buy the cucumber. We always got yummy food going on here. It's just another Sunday. Actually, it's sort of a short Sunday. Occasionally, I do really long Sundays. Still doing okay on chicken stock, so not planning one of those immediately. No, sir. Purchase bread. Purchase sliced sourdough bread. And I'm just small dicing this to turn it into croutons. I do often make bread here on stream for anyone new in here. So it is a little unusual for me to be buying bread, but to just turn around and turn it into croutons. Might have too much bread here for what I was planning. Which is sort of strange because I've bought this for doing this before. We'll see how much size and space is lost after we toast it and soak it in goodness. Actually chopping this a little bit on the large size for what I've been taught for stuffing. Though it is certainly smaller than what I grew up with. I guess general public consensus is that Stovetop has got just about the perfect size of their bread in their stuffing. So I shoot closer to that, but we're certainly not that small. Yeah, I've been toying a lot more with bread actually lately. Been learning more and practicing more. Like, I've made biscuits in commercial settings a bunch of times. But that's, follow this recipe, this method, this everything's set up, ready to go sort of a thing. And I've been having a lot of fun with a lot of recipes, just toying with them and changing them. Yeah, that's sort of strange we got such a nice amount of bread here tonight. Because in reality, I often do more bread than this when I'm doing it for like a party or something. Oh. Welcome, Raiders! Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Hi, I'm Jason. I cook here on stream 4 nights a week. We're doing some roast chicken with bread stuffing, and roasted potatoes, and all sorts of good stuff tonight. Just sort of getting started here. I'm starting on my first dish, which is our bread stuffing. I've just chopped up a pre-bought bowl of sourdough. Where are we all coming from? What were we doing tonight? Thank you so much for that raid. Thank you for those follows. Primetime, Bubble Point, Oldman Ronan. Happy to see you all in here. Hopefully you're all having a great Sunday. Thank you, Leonard. We got some lemons out here in front because these are... I just harvested these. Harvested? Words. I just picked these earlier today off of my tree in the backyard, so I'm actually going to deal with those tomorrow. Chocolate-covered strawberries and chocolate-covered Star Wars moles. Nice. Nice. Yeah, we're getting a lot more crossover here since we got the new, like, creative section for Twitch. I'm seeing a lot more, like, collabs and people jumping themes. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Mike Leon. Thank you for joining me. Alright, so we got our bread chopped up. I need to get an oven going here. I don't have my lights on by my stove. That's unusual for me. We'll fix that. We're gonna do, I think, 2 pans here. We'll see if we can fit this on 2 pans. I got a bunch of goodies out here too for tonight's dinner. Just shifted things around over here. Oh hey, let's turn that camera following back on. There we go. Hi there. I do not have a cat. I grew up with cats. I love both cats and dogs, but unfortunately I'm both still allergic to them. So while I think they're great pets, they also make me sneeze and my eyes water. And since our bread was only lightly flavored so far, we'll do a nice light spray of olive oil over the top. Give that a toss. We'll do some more over it once it gets in the pan. Thank you, Val. I just got the setup this holidays, and I've only been using it for a week or two so far. I've got my old Pixel 2 XL as the camera, and little camera bot that points it at me all the time. So we got some salt in there. Let's add some MSG and some pepper. If you would like to join into the scramble, I'd love to have you guys join in. You do have to type !scramble in order to submit a suggestion. I saw you got the word there first, so give you some points as well there, Ullman. Alright, let's try loading up this pan now. Love this new pepper grinder I got. It's just, every time I use it now, I just smell pepper everywhere. It's so fragrant. And so we'll take that tray and give that another, I've got olive oil in a little pump press. Give that a little spray over the top. The words for the scramble are all loosely food or culinary industry related. And they are multilingual, so it's not going to be simplest to get. They're not all going to be in your autocorrect. Okay, so we got that sort of okay on two pans here. Alright, our oven's preheating. We'll throw those in once it beeps. Coffee break. How we doing on our stream haters? Did I miss that during the raid excitement? How we doing on that? Ah, we got a stream haters battle ready. Let's go to war. For anyone unfamiliar, Stream Haters has been around quite a while now, so I assume most people that hang out on Twitch have come across it at least once. But it's a fun little side game to chat where you can build your own army, you can develop your own, and join in with your streamers and fight with multiple streamers at once. It's good stuff. Thank you for that, sub Trinacto. Thank you, thank you. Greatly appreciated. I am slowly working on, I'm trying to create it's taken some work, and it's taken, honestly, 2 or 3 months, but I'm actually working on trying to make that sub alert a little bit more interesting, but appreciate that sub. Let's see. We lost this one again. This is a rough one. This is a rough map. This is the second loss on this map. We lost the last stream and first one of this stream. Got to get rogues at all these towers here. So actually, I'm going to put a rogue out there this time. And on a tower. And then I'm going to suggest we have some assassins there, there, and there. Let's see what we do in 30 minutes. You can add a player every 5 minutes, and we'll have a battle in 30. Okay, oven's still preheating, so we're cutting veg. Oops, that's wrong knife. Yeah, it's a little too big for this. might as well use some of those up. That'll taste good in there. We got this leek still chilling here. Hopefully this is still in good condition. This has been hanging out in the fridge for a minute now. Yeah, that's seen better days, but can probably still use the core of it. We'll take off those outer leaves. We'll give the rest of that a rinse off. I used to love spicy, old man. Now I'm a little too old man for it. I do enjoy a little heat here and there, but I'm usually much more of a for the flavor guy these days. I do have a whole, I think she still has it. I used to have like a shelf in my mom's kitchen of nothing but hot sauces. But that was more before Carolina Reaper, or that was back like when habanero was like the hottest you find. Alright, so we got the green parts, which you can use for stocks and stuff like that, especially if you're throwing it in towards the end with your aromatics. I didn't want to get too bitter, which the chlorophyll will as it cooks. Leeks, you always want to open them up. Make sure you got all that dirt in between the leaves cleaned, because these are very commonly grown in very sandy, loamy soil. And what they'll do in order to get large whites on them is as they grow, they'll pile up more soil on the sides of them. And so it gets in between the leaves. But it gives you this nice, large, white part of the plant that's not full of chlorophyll. Hey Rhino, how you doing tonight? Welcome in. And so we'll just thin slice these. Let's throw the bread in. Nice. The chickens you smoked, or I forget what you did with them. Did you smoke them or did you grill them yesterday? That wasn't a nice slip. Turning mine into pot pies tomorrow. Soup's always good too. Been actually quite a while since I've done a chicken soup. Reuse this bread bowl for these leeks. That's sort of interesting. I hardly ever get mealy. I'll get overcooked or skin that's practically burnt, But mealy? Maybe too low? I don't know. I'd have to see what you're doing. I have no idea what your setup is. About 4 to 6 hours is all you really need to start to break down most of the bones there. It's about all you need to break down the cartilage in chicken too. Beef, pork, they'll last longer, at least 8 hours. How are we cutting our onion for? Gotta give me problems tonight, onion, huh? I was actually just thinking the other night that I need to do some ribs here too. It's been a while since I do ribs. I don't know about, well, at the same time, I don't know. Like, I like making ribs, and, like, I enjoy, like, the first rib. And then it turns into, like, a project to me for some reason. So you can be the voyeur and watch how they try and tackle it. This one's getting in my eyes a little bit. It's been a while since I got an onion that got to my eyes. It does happen a lot more now that I've gotten LASIK and don't have contacts. Contacts are amazing for blocking onion. It is on sort of a one-axis gimbal. It's a phone mount with another camera that's using sort of Microsoft, I'm assuming it's using something along the same line as facial recognition or Microsoft's facial recognition stuff from Xbox back in the day. And it just points it at whatever it thinks is most intriguing in the area. That was both the new phone and the little bot are gifts from family for the holidays this year. What am I doing with this? We're going to start sauteing this. We're just going to go ahead and start cooking. Bread's been in the oven about 5 minutes. Going to take a quick look. Still good there. Might not need the full 9 minutes that I planned for it here, but whatevers. No, it's got a little servo in there, or a little motor. Points all over the house for me now. I got to clean up this whole area over here. It looks like a mess already again. But I redid cleaning up this whole area worrying about it being on camera. I'm not going to do any garlic in my stuffing. I'll use garlic and everything else. A little cooking oil in the pan. So less bottle here. Thankfully, because I can switch back to sunflower oil then. I'm using canola right now. Yeah, it decided it was over here now, though. Hi, follow me. 2 carrots probably good for this. I've discussed it a couple times now. Although I haven't discussed it today, the actual footprint. First off, I started using sunflower oil because it was the cheapest organic that I could find locally for doing high heat stuff. It has 500 degrees smoke point. I want to say canola is 4 something, so it's close. But the actual footprint to produce sunflower oil is among the smallest of all of the oils. So it's very... While a lot of people want to claim other ones are better because it's a better situation in the location, overall I think it's probably the best ecologically. Words. You smoking back here yet? Yep, just starting. Reminds me to close my bedroom door so we don't set off any smoke alarms. And let's add some onions to that pan. Interesting. A lot of people like the sizzle. These are just small sweet peppers. I've been buying these bags because I think the yield is better on them. Actually, I mean, they have next to no seeds, they have very little pith, and they'll sell you a whole bag of them for the same price as a pound of pepper. Like, there's some seeds in there, but I'm not going to worry about cleaning that out. Mostly putting the pepper in here because I think it'll fit. And I've got it, and they're starting to go. They're starting to get a little soft on me. Hey, Candy. How you doing? How's your Sunday going? My old pizza VOD that... Nice, Candy. Have a good one, Oldman. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciated the company. Also, for anyone new into chat here, I maybe should have thrown this up here a bit earlier, but our Wednesday dinner vote is currently going on in the Discord here. We've got instant coffee versus cream cheese this week. Interesting matchup. And so on Wednesday, whichever one wins this, I'll stop it tomorrow, during tomorrow's stream. Either cream cheese or instant coffee, I'm going to have to use as an ingredient for both dinner and dessert, so sweet and savory. Something I do every Wednesday here. And people are welcome to make suggestions in the Discord. The ingredient suggestions channel right below there. There's some guidelines. And yeah. Welcome to join in the Discord. If I don't catch you, I'll catch you after the stream to give you permissions to join in. Let's add some more sizzle here. Not tonight, man. I've made all sorts of wings in the past, but and I forgot about my bread, which means it's a good thing that I set a timer. This can go another 5 minutes or so. They're starting to get a little crunchy. Got a little color on the corners. But those are going to go a little bit longer. Hey, Bun Buns. Welcome in. What are the fixins for tonight? Well, I was planning a salad, but then I spaced out when I was shopping and didn't buy cucumbers. So we're 86ing the feta and cucumber salad tonight. Maybe do that tomorrow. We're going to be doing bread stuffing. Going to be doing some roasted potatoes. Going to be roasting a whole chicken here. Haven't even started that yet. We'll add in all those leeks. Just let them sort of sweat. And I'm going to rush getting these celery in there. Yeah, I bought the feta for a salad the other night and totally spaced on having it. So that was the reason why I was going to be doing the salad in the first place, is I've already got the feta in the fridge. I like celery in my stuffing, so we're going a little heavier with celery compared to, say, the carrot or even really the onion. Maybe one of the few things that I really like celery for. Normally think of celery as tasting like dirty water, whatever water they use to grow it in. But yeah, fetta's pretty good cheese. It's one of those cheeses I think gets rounded up with a bunch of others and not nearly used as much. You know, it's sort of right there with the sort of like, I don't know, B celebrity of cheeses. We're going to keep using this bowl for our sausage, for our stuffing. Oh, hey, maybe we can throw one of these in there? I'm not going to use these tonight for... I was going to make a, like, chimichurri sauce with... Can't do that now. At least twice a week. Oh, see, we were talking about hot sauce before. I need some nice light, some like Frank's or Tabasco, or I need a little heat with my eggs. Little punch. Usually it's Frank's for me. Frank's is sort of my go-to for... I mean, again, it's not very hot, but... I just realized I'm chopping this chili larger than I chopped the sweet peppers. Oh well. This is a chili pepper. We're not too worried about the color here. I mean, you always want to have a nice, beautiful medley of veggies and stuff, but this is going to get cooked in again, so it's going to be sweated out, and most of that flavor is actually going to be leached out into that bread. I had some scrap leaks that I were keeping in there too, and that's all trash. Let's see, will he burn his bread or not? A little dark in the one corner. But otherwise, that's Pretty good batch of croutons there. Turn the heat off on that back there while I'm working on stuff over here. Because that is just on the edge of being too sticky and starting to burn. Chocolate's been making a comeback. Or was it bacon that's making a comeback to chocolate? It's bacon making a comeback to chocolate. So you can crispy. However, the heat, they're going to steam each other a little bit there, so they're going to lose a little of that crispiness. That's fine, because I'm about to mix that in there. Tarth. Getting a little laggy there. I wonder if the phone's charging properly. Let's see how the phone's doing. Oh, we're still doing fine there. Hey, Tanik! So we're going to add our veggie mix in with our croutons here now. Heat back on the pan back here. A little bit more of that oil. And let's do our battle to war. Even put that up there. We got rogues in all the corners. This is good. Might have a chance this time. Woohoo! Think we got it. Challenge of this map was getting all of those turrets changed in the right color. Colorful Peanut Patrol, welcome in. How you doing tonight? Getting them rewards as well. Hot Az getting some gold too. Welcome, welcome. Bun buns. It can be difficult trying to tell someone blindly how to make something. It can be very difficult. We'll see what we get in 30 minutes. You're able to put units down here in these purple areas. I'm going to recommend that you don't. In fact, I'm going to do a little of this. Because if you put units there, they're just going to wait for stuff to come to them. I am streaming on Monday, Car Guy. I've been streaming on Mondays all this year. Other than I've missed one of them because I was just out of it. But it's Sunday still right here. Today. Give me one moment, folks. I'll be right back. Let's turn that fan on and get a little of this heat out of here. Because I'm sweating. Oh, I realized I didn't turn my other fan on tonight. That's probably hurting me a little bit too. We're gonna put a little sausage in with this stuffing. Oh, you stopped following me. Hi, camera. Am I doing a crustless chicken? Heck no. I like me some crust on my chicken pot pie. I don't know how you make a pot pie without crust. So I'm going to add some herbage, some seasoning now. Where I need some, not that. Use some of that. Use some of that. I've become addicted lately. Just for the general use, not if you're going to use it for garnish or something pretty. But just general use. These freeze-dried herbs are great. So that's oregano. We got thyme. We'll add a bit of garlic seasoning. Since I'm not doing garlic in it. Do a little onion powder. A little powdered ginger. And some paprika. I didn't add much in the way of salt or pepper to these veggies as they were cooking. I did salt and oil the bread, and so I'm gonna add a bit more salt for the veggies and the meat in there. And some pepper and MSG. Don't like how jerky the camera's been tonight. It's down here. There it is. Stuffing pan. And I didn't think to do so earlier. I'm going to quick defrost some homemade chicken stock. And we can use a bowl for that. Herbs just go bad so quickly. The home kitchen, the home cook, unless you're going to use a massive amount of them, it almost doesn't really make sense financially. Quite honestly, I feel sorry for the people harvesting them too, because so many of them go bad. And if you think about it, they're small, close to the ground stuff. And so this is, you know, someone's sitting on their knees cutting those. I was very excited to hear. Of course, it does mean that food prices are going to go up here in the U.S. They are going up now anyways. But I think that the politicians sort of took advantage of it here in California. And they've now entitled farm workers to paid overtime. Which means not only are they going to get overtime, but it means that they have to be paid hourly instead of, you know, by the bunch or by the bushel. And so they're going to be much better off financially. We'll see. I'm sure farms are going to fight that one, but it's sort of a hard... Well, no, it makes sense. Like, in the vineyards here, you gotta have... You have not only one... You have sort of two harvests to wine. You have the grape harvest, and then you have the pruning. They actually have contests for pruning out here. For who can prune the fastest. They do them in the high schools. That... You know, it's sort of a thing here, but you have to go through and trim all the things back down to the main vine on the grapevines. And so you're sort of paying your employees to prune and clean up the same space twice in the same year. I'm certain there's ways to skirt it, and but it's a step in the right direction. Put down a protein board here for cutting our sausage. I want to get rid of that green line right there. That green line is so annoying to me right now. And it's part of this video scene. It's like the old VCRs that, you know, you'd have like lines or tracking issues. It's driving me nuts in that same sense. I don't know if these are done or not. We'll slice into them and see if we can't. Oh yeah, we're good on those a little bit longer. But that's why I'm using the protein board, so I don't have to worry. And it's better if they're more crispy anyways. Let's go turn on my other fan here. Give myself a close-up. Hi there, folks. I'm just remembering that I wasn't 100% sure that I liked this sausage. I can smell it. It's got a ton of fennel in it. I guess it'll be fine for stuffing. But it's another reminder to myself to not get this brand again. That wasn't very well done with the fan. Let me fix that. That's just good flavor right there, as far as I'm concerned. So that's going in here. All that little bit of extra sausage fat, sausage grease. since the knife cut through the... somewhat raw meat. We'll give that a proper cleanup. Same with these. We'll add our sausage meat to our stuffing, bread stuffing. Give that a toss and let it sit for a few minutes while that stock defrosts. And then we'll mix up with little stock we need to add in there to just get a little bit more moisture before we do a final bake on it. I think I'm done with coffee tonight. Cinegrate, thank you for that follow almost an hour ago. I apologize that I missed that. And Mike Leon, thank you for both the raid and the follow. We missed a few other follows there. Akina Pez, Redimus. I think they got the ones before that. Maybe Prime Time. Trinico, thank you all for the follows. Appreciate that. Getting closer and closer here to 1,000. Gonna do another giveaway at 1,000. That's the point of our sprinkles in chat. It is a currency that is not dependent upon subs or donations or anything along that line. It is purely based off of viewership and participation in chat. And so, if you want to have a chance at that giveaway here, I try to make it fair for everyone that has a decent amount of time spent in the stream. That'll be coming up once we get 1,000 viewers. Or 1,000 followers. Let's open some booze. Picked up a bottle of Cab Sav today. Wanted something red to go with dinner tonight for some reason. I've tried this brand once before, a year or two ago. I want to say it was about 2 years ago. Was not hugely impressed. So we're giving her another shot tonight. See if it wows us tonight. Uh-oh. This cork is not looking promising. I don't like how it's sunk down and there's almost like a crack going on there. Here's hoping we don't got a corked bottle. Have an actual cork here tonight. That's a rarity these days. That is a solid piece of real cork. And it's custom engraved for him. Or custom named. Yeah, that break is just... Ugh. But it doesn't look like the wine got in very far, so... probably okay. Don't love the cork look though. Welcome back, car guy. How's your Sunday? Let's go for a big glass tonight. This is more of a like a Bordeaux, but the smaller glasses I have are actually 4 cab, but I just like a larger glass every now and then. Give it a little bit of a polish, get some of those watermarks off of it, make it all nice and purty for the camera. I didn't, car guy. How'd it turn out? I've really been hurting when it comes to auto racing. I normally follow Formula 1 pretty closely. I'm waiting to see what happens with this investigation. I was really put off by last season in Formula 1. And not just the last race. There were 3 races that were... all of them had, like, serious issues with the way that the races were managed. And I don't like the results of any of them. Like, the second to last race, there was one race where they basically raced 2 laps in heavy rain just to say that they had a race, which was a sad joke. The race before the final race, that was another shit show. And then the last race, yeah, Michael Massey basically handed the championship to Verstappen on a platter. Thank you for that follow, Div Wilson. Welcome, welcome. Nice, car guy. And I just read an article the other day saying that it's looking like Michael Massey might be out. It's looking like there may be no more direct communication between team leaders and the race director. Like they're gonna put someone in place in between them. And what was the last step there? Oh, they're talking about doing... Most teams have like strategy teams at their home bases that are like internet connected, real-time connected, and letting them know what's going on and what the team wants them to do. It sounds like Formula 1 may be setting up one of those of their own for managing races in them of themselves. What kind of music are listening? This is my jazz playlist tonight. But all the music that I have on here is just Epidemic, which is cheap licensed music. It's licensed still. I have to keep paying them if I want to keep my VODs active. But pretty reasonable price for it, and they got a great library. Very smooth, very mellow nose to this. Maybe a little light tobacco. We'll see how that opens up. That's starting off as a really nice wine. That could pair with a lot of stuff very well. And by that I mean it's not, shooting you off into one direction or the other. It's a very balanced glass of wine. If you're interested in Formula 1, I do live commentary in the Discord. Or at least live complaint. So let's add some more liquid in here with our bread stuffing. It's certainly not defrosted yet, but there is a little liquid in here, and there's probably enough, I think. I only need like maybe a half cup here, just to moisten things up a little bit. Surprise. Oh, he's not streaming on Twitch anymore. Used to know of a art streamer that used to do all sorts of interesting and inappropriate emotes. Got me wondering if that was his. It was not. And we're going to do a little push down. Not too much, but just to get things a little even. There we go. So that's all set for later when we're ready with the oven. Need that later. What happened to this poor guy? Oh hey, I got some leftover herb butter. Made some herb butter for our London broil on Friday. Got a little bit of it left here. We'll use that up on our chicken. I'm gonna go a little bit lighter on the butter with the chicken this time around. Normally I do a bit more butter underneath the skin. And I'm just going to throw a couple of pads of this underneath there. battle. Let us go to war. Put haste on most everyone there. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, no sweat. We got this one. Mechanic getting them kills. Jopo Pamic getting the assist. Darth223 getting the rewards. Congratulations, sir. Boss defeated. Let's see what path we want to take. We got a gold chest here, we got a green one and a blue one. I'm thinking gold to blue. Gold to blue sounds good. Continue putting my tank out here. It looked like I had some stuff to redeem. Let's see what we got going on over here. Got all sorts of upgrades going on. Upgrade my tank, my level 2 tank to go with my level 30 tank, wherever that is. Ooh, I can unlock a vampire. Quests. Nothing new there, so we'll go back to our battle and back to prepping our chicken. Okay, for our chicken prep, just gonna stretch underneath the skin here. Throw one of these pucks of butter up there. Same thing with the other side. There's a little like membrane there you can break through, and the rest is relatively easy to just pull away from the muscle. And also, breaking this away from the muscle does help the skin brown. So it separate from the butter, it's good to do this. We'll try and put the butter sort of on the high point of the breast there. And we're going to do the same thing here with the legs, or with the thighs, going around the side here. A little light membrane there, and then separate that leg muscle from the skin. Huh. I've had people mention that before, that they have issues with it on one thing or another. I haven't done a ton of it. I've played it once or twice on my phone, but I usually do it on my PC. And quite honestly, I haven't played for quite a while. Like, it's a completely different account from this one for playing the game for me. So it's not like I can play with the same army that I have for my stream. Wow. Nose is getting stiffy. Take a toothpick here and just sort of stitch up this skin here. All right. Tuck the wings back behind the breasts, slightly lifting them. We're gonna tie those together. I'm going to use a, is that one of these? Do I want to risk it? Because I don't know if that is one of these. We're gonna risk it. I have silicone bands. I'm thinking this is one of them. That handle high heat. They're sort of like rubber bands, but they're made out of silicone, so you can do things like this. This butter slid. Where did this butter go? There we go. Spray this with some olive oil on the outside of the skin. I cleared everything out of the cavity of this, didn't I? And this is just going to go into my cast iron pan on the stove here. Just like that. And that's going to go in the oven. We got an oven at 350. We're going to give this a decent amount of time at 350. I lowered it from 400 earlier, which is what I used for croutons. Oops. We'll start that off with 30 minutes at 350. And we're going to finish things off with the potatoes in there and wrap them up, so... Let's get our potatoes ready, and then we'll reuse one of our crouton pans here for our bread. Better than getting everything dirty again. I don't want to use that for this. Let's get a new bowl dirty. Yeah. Honestly, sort of feeling like not that great during stream tonight. Like, feeling like I've almost got like a little heat stroke going or something. My brain is just not happy right now. And I'm gonna quarter these. Do I want to do it long-wise or short-wise? Let's do short-wise. Uh-oh. Use a little olive oil on our potatoes tonight. Running a little low on canola anyways. And relatively simple with how I'm going to dress these. Just lots of pepper. Salt. MSG. Garlic powder. And do we want to do anything else here? Let's leave it with that. Just something simple. Those are all looking nice and lightly coated. All sort of lightly glossy. Single layer on our roasting pan. Just trying to do flat sides down so we can get some color on them. Giphy not working for us tonight? Why didn't that work for us tonight? Mix It Up bot was working earlier. Worked for me. Let's see, what else we got going on tonight? What else we got to do here? Got our chicken ready in the oven. You didn't see it, Darth? It worked for me. Get me to do it again, huh? Doesn't even show the same GIF every time. Oh, I capitalized it, so that might have done the difference there. So, okay, I'm still not feeling great right now. We got about 20 minutes on the chicken. I'm gonna go ahead and throw these potatoes in there too. And I'm gonna take about 10 minutes and chill out and back and sit down and maybe hope that feel a little bit better here in a moment. So I'm gonna throw a little AFK up. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes. Okay, folks? Thank you for hanging out with me tonight.
Schmidt's Blue Ribbon Bread gives you 7 ounces of non-fat milk solids in every loaf, the equal of 90 quarts a year if you serve it regularly. Every sandwich you make, every snack, gives you extra milk. For wonderful flavor combined with sound food values, serve Schmidt's Blue Ribbon Bread in the pantry pack.
Now, a new creation from Seal Test. Cottage cheese in ready-to-serve portions. Handy envelopes bring you brand new convenience and ease. Zip, it's open, quick and neat. Just the amount you need, the easy way to serve cottage cheese. The rest stays moist and creamy, ready for next time.
Are they handy? Cottage cheese in ready-to-serve portions.
So easy to use, quick, and no bother at all.
The rest stays really fresh, moist, and creamy.
Yes, serving cottage cheese was never as easy as this. Seal Test's new square package with handy, ready-to-serve portions. Zip, it's open, simple as can be. The rest stays moist and creamy fresh. You'll love Seal Test cottage cheese in new, ready-to-serve portions. Get some soon.
What? Keeping the coffee in the icebox?
Yes, Mr. Jones, it's a new kind of coffee, roasted by a new secret process. Hence, this new none-such coffee has a different flavor, a flavor preserved by vacuum packing, the flavor retained by refrigeration after the jar has been opened. Just taste it. You can't miss that delicate aroma, that clean, mellow taste. Yes, in cooking, the way to a man's heart is most of all through the coffee pot. In every jar, you'll find 3 special pointers, valuable in all methods of making coffee. Try new none-such coffee now. Use half the jar. If not 100% satisfied, get all your money back from your grocer without argument. Special for movie week, only 28 cents a pound, plus 3 cents refundable deposit on the jar.
It's the newest, most exciting sound in town. It's a General Electric blender that's going around. completely new from base to lid. Take it apart, see what they did. The non-skid base is the lowest you'll ever see.
The decanter has a 36-ounce blending capacity.
The non-spill lid is really smart. For blending convenience, it comes apart. Add additional ingredients if you will. Look, no splash, see no spill. Put them all together and you know it's true. The General Electric blender is best for you. If you want to know another reason why,
It's only 10 1/2 inches high.
stores easily on the counter or on a shelf. There's 1,000 things you can make yourself.
Make party spreads.
Great cabbage heads. Blend the meatloaf for a family of 8. Make ice-cold drinks you'll appreciate. Now's the time for you to buy the General Electric blender.
Did he say only 10 1/2 inches high?
Alexis Lachine wines are full of flavor. Alexis Lachine wines are dry. Alexis Lachine wines are mellow. Drink an Alexis Lachine wine with any kind of food. Or anytime you feel like relaxing with a drink. Alexis Lachine, fine French wines.
If you've ever been to Venice, you remember the gondolas and the picturesque waterways. And you remember the food, too. Superb food, prepared with that very special Italian touch. The same special Italian touch that Chef Boyardee sauce with meat can give to your meals over here. Because the recipe for this tangy sauce has been brought over from Italy by this famous Italian chef. Chef Boyardee sauce with meat is made from juicy, sun-ripened tomatoes and tender quality beef, simmered in a spicy sauce that makes a rice and cheese loaf, a casserole, or a spaghetti dish a real Italian-style dish. So when you'd like to add that special Italian touch to your dinner, do it with Chef Boyardee sauce with meat. Try Chef Boyardee sauce with mushrooms, too. Both are prepared from the chef's own Italian recipe.
Folks, why do you eat Wheaties?
We like it.
But did you know it's always been whole wheat with all the bran, and bran is one of nature's best sources of food fiber.
That's news to us.
Wheaties breakfast this morning?
Sure, it helps me feel fit.
But do you know Wheaties has bran fiber your body may need?
That's news to me.
Why Wheaties?
Oh, we love the taste.
Have for years. But do you know for years you've been getting something extra for your diet? Bran fiber?
Well, that's news to me.
Wheaties. It's brand news.
A pleasure, Milton. In just a moment, we'll see how well Milton does at the Pentagon. But if you want to see busy hands at your house, just you offer this lively Christmas party dip that's so good to serve with king-size Fritos corn chips. Just follow the recipe right on the Fritos package. Of course, it calls for the famous Philadelphia brand cream cheese, an 8-ounce package, which we blended with 2 tablespoons of milk till it's nice and smooth, like so. Then come 2 tablespoons of Kraft cream-style horseradish for zesty flavor, a 1/4 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, and finally, a dash of salt. And we'll blend our Philly mixture again. And when party time comes, let the folks enjoy this wonderful Philly horseradish dip with crisp king-size Fritos. There are those busy hands. Just remember, you make the best-tasting dips with the freshest-tasting cream cheese you can buy. Philadelphia brand cream cheese, made only by Kraft.
Next week, George and Gracie will be brought to you by Carnation.
Hiya, happy boy. Wish you'd been with me today. We saw a great dog show, some beautiful dogs. There was the handsomest poodle, a real beauty, an international champion. His owner gave me some good advice.
There are many dog foods on the market, but the Carnation Company makes the best. It's called Friskies, and it's quality all the way through.
You should have seen the champion collie. He won everything in sight. The handler told me.
A very important part of this champion's diet is meat. That's why we feed him Friskies. The principal ingredient is lean red horse meat, the best you can buy.
So happy, you're getting real quality, and you're going to get your Friskies right now.
Friskies is prepared to the high standards of Carnation Company and guarantees prime-grade nourishment.
3, 2, 1, blast off.
be in command of your own ideal countdown. It's a real electronic missile base. You sit at the controls and move missiles into place. You count down. You blast off. You track the flight. The ideal countdown comes complete with moon missile and lunar probe, as well as a giant atlas. Get your electronic ideal countdown now, wherever good toys are sold.
It's a wonderful toy. It's ideal.
When you have a Labatt's, you have an adventure. Canadian Light. That's Labatt's. It's a great new taste in beer. Enjoy import quality at USA prices. Have an adventure. Have a Labatt's.
Schmidt's Blue Ribbon Bread gives you...
All right. Hey, Darth. And thank you once again, Colorful Peanut. Greatly appreciate the sub. Welcome into the Cast Iron Cult. Not sure what all we need to get going on here, so why don't we start reducing some stock here for making a gravy. Reduce the last of this bag of stock here. Welcome in, Kip. How you doing tonight? Or I guess it's not night for you. Good morning to you. Appreciate the support, Colorful Peanut. It's one of those things where, I mean, it's just sort of a little overwhelming me at the moment. And I'm pretty sure it is the heat that was getting to me. I didn't have my fans going, it just got really hot in here. Awesome, Kip. Tired out of celebrating with the missus. I saw she had a birthday recently. So we got our bread stuffing ready to go here. I'm about ready to throw that in there with everything. Love me some fried chicken. I've done tenders a couple of times recently, but it's been a while since I did chicken. Normally it's not an issue for me, Colorful Peanut. It's just something that's just sort of... ugh. I've done much more in kitchens, but I think I've done 8+ hour stream here. Have I done a 12-hour stream? Done something close to 12 hours. I've done at least 8. I've done several in the 6, 8, 10 hour range. Usually on Sundays, too. Thank you for that. The bits. Greatly appreciate it. I didn't throw any sage in this. That's something I could have thrown in there tonight. Sage is good in there. I took quite a bit off of my plant that other night. It's not a huge plant, so it's probably good that I didn't throw any more in there. Hey, Hazeltari, welcome in. How you doing? Happy Sunday. It's not as easy as it used to be. When I was younger, it was like I don't care. I'll be in the kitchen, all week. Let's go. That's going to be a real rough... That's going to be... Well, a lot of businesses are going out of business as far as the food industry, but when we have everyone come back, and once we get done with these pandemic layoffs and these pandemic slowdowns, which it seems like most everything's up, but it's not, it's got to be really rough on people to go, be working full-time regular as a job and then take 2 years off and then try and jump back into doing that. That's going to be a shock for some people. Let's do our battle. I guess we'll do haste. Yep, Hazel. I'm sure there are many that are in that boat. Victory. That was a quick one. Choppo Mick and Head Mama Bear getting them kills and assists. They're like a play off of Jalopnik. Darth223 getting them rewards. Thank you for your help. Yeah, we're going top route. We're going for that gold chest. Yeah, Kip. Yeah. So we'll see what we get here in 30 minutes. That is a purple area, so it's going to be a defensive area. So keep in mind, our units are going to wait there for things to attack them. We're not going to rush after them this time. We might end up sitting there waiting for one of us to leave. But we're going to sit there for a little bit. Let's go ahead and throw that stuffing in there with our potatoes and chicken now. I'm going to do it without the lid to start. And if it starts getting a little too crispy on top, we'll throw the lid on and steam it a little bit. Nice, Kip. Yeah, that's a... I feel sorry. I know people in my industry that have been stuck, working constantly and not really wanting to, but having to. It's a bit of a heavy wine, but it's really smooth and mellow as far as its flavor. You don't really got any, bright acidity or really heavy, deep, dark stuff. It's just sort of all in the same sort of... Wine tonight is Educated Guess. It's Cab Sav. It's a Northern California coast wine. At least I think it's Northern California. Yep. Based out of Napa, but it's North Coast, which means the grapes aren't coming from Napa. Probably just using Napa equipment. And I'm actually enjoying this much more than the first bottle I had of theirs. I had a bottle of theirs, I don't know if it was a red blend or a cab, that I wasn't enthused with like a year or two ago. This has been much... This is a great dinner wine. This is This is going to go great with some food. It's not going to throw you off, like I was saying before, it's not going to throw you off in a whole bunch of different areas because it's not hugely acidic, it's not hugely tannic. It's got some nice, darker, almost tobacco-like flavors to it. And there's some fruit there too, but it's a little muddy. It's not like, oh, that's plum. It's a little bit, there's some red fruit going on. Yeah, good stuff. For anyone just tuning in, I harvested a whole bunch of lemons today. I have a dwarf lemon tree, and so this was my harvest for this year. Probably going to salt cure these tomorrow. But these are dwarf Meyer lemons, which I tried to wait till most of them were hanging. As they ripen, they sort of go from shooting straight out of the stem to falling like that. Something like that. So we'll clean those up and we'll pack those with some salt to preserve them. Because I'm not going to go, I have 2 or 3 lemons in the fridge as it is that are going, and I'm not going to go through all of these, and so I'm a salt preserve them and be able to keep them for the rest of the year and use them sporadically. I'm not sure how I want to pack them yet. I don't know if I got enough small jars to be doing something like that right now. I keep running out of jars. and I say that as I'm planning to throw out about 10, 16 ounce mason jars because they're like irreversible. I made a batch of hot sauce. I think it's like 5 years old now. It was a great hot sauce, but I certainly didn't go through it. And like, you know, it's like etched the glass or something. It's not normal. Like, I can't clean the glass anymore. How do you use them? You cut, yep. Just like preserved lemons. Do I have any open here? Did I use them? There's one. Here's one that I bought. I bought this for an ingredient challenge. I had preserved lemons as an ingredient challenge this year. They got a little pepper in the brine with it. Just give it a little slight tinge of heat. And that's like a salt brine. There's water there, but actually most of the water is actually probably from the lemons. There might be some water in there, but... So you can just pack them in salt. They'll lose some of their moisture, but all the salt's going to keep that salt perfect, all that liquid perfectly safe. That was my timer there. We're turning our oven up from 350 to 400. Now we're going to try and get some color on that chicken. Got a little color going there, not much. And cook through the rest of that. But preserved lemons are great. I mean, they're salty. You got to expect that they're salty when you're using them, so maybe, you know, cut back on salt elsewhere in the dish. But they're great. I mean, it's just lemon. And I'll probably leave them just straight lemon. I won't add I won't add pepper like that one did. And it's sort of like a new discovery for me this year. It's sort of interesting, because, like, I knew they existed, but I hadn't used them until really this year. I had a friend that I graduated college with, used to live in Napa. He had a lemon tree in his apartment in Napa. And he was preserving lemons like a decade ago. And I was hanging out with him when he was preserving lemons, and it took me until this year to get around to it. But yeah, they're handy. I mean, because lemons... I like keeping lemons around now, but they're something that goes pretty quick. It's not as quick as herbs, but when you're buying a sack of lemons, it's almost, sort of rare you get the last 2 or 3 of them. And if you want to save them, that's a great way to do it. Absolutely. It's very Middle Eastern too, so if you're looking for ideas how to use them and stuff like that, you can look into Middle Eastern recipes and you might be able to find them there. I'm thinking like, well, what cuisines are we thinking? The initial cuisine that comes to my mind is Turkey, but I'm sure there's much more there. Do I have a starch cup? I do. I have a little metal tin with some starch in it already previously used, but it's not like the starch drying out made the starch go bad, so we'll make a new slurry with it. And even if the starch did go bad, we're going to pour it into boiling liquid, so it's going to kill whatever's in there anyways. For the most part. So we got our boiling liquid there. We got our cold starch. Kick the fan up on high here, and I am going to take that stuffing out of here. It's 400, it's too hot for it. That's still... Our primary thing here is warming this up. This doesn't have to be... I mean, we've cooked the sausage, we've cooked all the veggies in there. We're more getting that to melt together as a party. Awesome, Darth. They're after having my own business, and granted, I'm in a position where I can do this, but after having my business, I really, I turned down a position with a very well-known chef. Very well-known Sonoma chef that is not Guy Fieri. I wouldn't work for Guy Fieri anyways. But very well-known chef. Because I couldn't fathom the idea of going from having my own business and my own setup that I was basically shutting down because I didn't think it worked, to having to work again for someone else. I would probably put a lot more effort into it after knowing, having that realization of what running a business is like. I would probably give it a lot more effort than I did as a kid. But yeah. Do I work in a restaurant? Not currently, Adrien. I own a mobile kitchen. I haven't used it for 3-4 years now. It's in storage. But previously, I was running my own business, working out of the farmers markets. I've worked in a wide variety of restaurants. I've worked in a wide variety of other establishments, bars, hotels, sports clubs, all that sort of stuff. D-bag, I wouldn't call him a D-bag. Inauthentic is probably the best way I would do it. I've had my experiences is most of the stuff he does locally he seems to do for the publicity. Like every single time there's a forest fire, he's here with his semi-kitchen cooking for all the firefighters as if they aren't already paid to be fed. You know, like as if our state isn't already feeding the firefighters. You got a lot of smoke in this kitchen right now. The olive oil from those potatoes is not doing great right now. It's creating a lot of smoke. It's a little too hot, 400. Am I a bartender? No, I've spent a fair share of my time in bars, but no, I'm not a bartender. Do I have a smoke? No, I don't. I have been intending to set one up, but I've been intending to do this for over a decade now. I have a if you're in the industry, you've been around industry, especially in the hotel industry, you've probably seen not just speed racks, but enclosed warmed speed racks. It's like a speed rack where you put sheet trays on, but it's enclosed with aluminum, and it's got like a space heater in the bottom of it that you can plug in that works like a portable warmer almost. I have one of those that I got with my trailer, and I've been intending to turn that into a cold smoker for ages because it's super easy. You can just take that heating element on the bottom, put a tray of wood chips on top of it, cut a hole in the side, put it to the top, and put a sheet pan in the middle. And then you have a hot chamber on bottom, and you have a cold smoking chamber on top. I just haven't done it. I think Guy Fieri is a wonderful TV personality. I love some of his shows that he's done. I don't have a lot of love for him as a restaurateur. And I think the New York Times review of his Times Square restaurant is quite possibly the most hilarious review I've ever met in my life. The New York Times review, which you Google New York Times, Guy Fieri, Times Square, you'll probably come across it. It's literally something like 160 some questions. There's no sentences in the entire. It's nothing but questions. It's like if you got a couple minutes to read a page and a half or two of hilariousness, that's a great review. In fact, why don't we pull that up? Pull up a couple of... There were a couple of great lines in that we can maybe pull out here. One Star by Pete Wells. Yeah. When you saw the burger described as Guy's Pat LaFrida custom blend, all natural, Creekstone Farm Black Angus beef patty, LTOP, and then describing what LTOP is, SMC, then describing what SMC is, slathering of donkey sauce on a garlic buttered brioche. Did your mind touch the void for a moment? Hey, did you try that blue drink? The one that glows like nuclear waste? The watermelon margarita? Any idea why it tastes like some combination of radiator fluid and formaldehyde? Yeah, this is just an absolutely brutal review. Is that in there? I thought that was in this one. I thought he compared something to bong water in this. He might still. But that's a rough review. That's a review you don't want. Rotisserie, that's a good one for tonight. Nice, Hazel. So we got a nice, lightly thickened stock here, ready for our chicken when that comes through. Let's take a look at these potatoes and see if these potatoes are done. Chicken is looking lovely. Not quite there yet, though. Try and flip these potatoes onto the other flat side for them. So we got some nice color started in most of those. Give the other sides a little more time to get some more color on them. Chicken is looking lovely. Like I said, that needs another couple of minutes. Let's give that another 10 minutes here. Yeah, like, I just don't think he's a great restaurateur. I've been to most of his restaurants here in Sonoma County. He got rid of the Johnny Garlics, which he really initially made his name on. I mean, to let you guys know, Guy Fieri's claim to fame is garlic fries. It's how he made his name. And Johnny Garlics, you know, selling garlic fries at public events, farmers markets, doing and then building out a restaurant chain that was 5+. I went into a Johnny Garlic's and it was just like a laundry list of things that, like, I would change as a restaurateur. Like, his entire bar, all of his hard liquor was in direct sunlight of a window. So the idea that that's not going to ruin his booze. They had TVs all over the place, but they were muted, so they obviously didn't have the rights to legally play his own videos in the store. The service was lackluster. I mean, it was on par with like an Applebee's. But that's, I mean, he's a great entertainer. he does a great job with his shows, and that's really the thing he does. The rest of it, I almost view it at this point as marketing for his TV. Which is sort of strange, because it's usually the other way around. Usually you have chefs that have restaurants with, established restaurants that are going into TV to promote their own abilities for their restaurants. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been there, but it's closed now anyways, but that's sort of the impression I got from reading about it and what photos I saw of it. By the way, they film guys' grocery games and all that here in Sonoma. They actually built a supermarket just for that show. It's not a normal supermarket. You can't go in and buy stuff from it. But they set up a whole supermarket just to film that show. Of course, at the same time in Times Square, I don't know that you can really put a fine dining spot down in Times Square. Like, it is a tourist trap. Especially these days. But, like, it is not the place that are people... I mean, it's not... Yeah. If you want to put a fine dining restaurant in New York, you're more, like, dealing with the... theater crowd or business district, or you're not Times Square. Times Square is like where you have the M&M store. It changes too. The last decade, Brooklyn's been on fire as far as restaurants. You've had a huge upbringing in Brooklyn, whether it's a lot of African American restaurants. I'm trying to remember his name, but Red Rooster or something like that, along that lines, his restaurant in Brooklyn. You've also got you've got a number of names in that area that you've got my former college classmate J.J. Johnson and his Royce restaurant. Who you can find on what TV channel? I forget which channel JJ's on. Cleo. Marcus Samuelson. That was the name I was trying to think of. Thank you, Dinner with Mom. Wonderful chef. I have a great appreciation for a lot of stuff he's done. New Orleans is great. Love Louisiana food. Let's get prepped for pulling everything out here tonight. This actually might be warm enough just as it is. I sort of want to throw it in there a little bit. It's our chicken rests and all that, but... Yeah, why don't we... We'll cut the heat on the oven. We'll take a look and make sure our chicken's not getting too dark. It's looking pretty. Potatoes are looking pretty. Nice, Darth. There's been other things that are going on with... I forget where it is, but they just opened that huge business district where, prior to his passing, they were going to have that giant, like, foreign food setup for Anthony Bourdain. That would have been amazing if that actually came through. It sounded like it was starting to fall through before he passed away, but he's probably my biggest influence. One of my biggest influence. I've read way more of his stuff than just about anyone else's, both fiction and nonfiction. Yeah, I that one hit me. That his passing it hit me. Yeah, I really want to go to Le Bernardin too, which I think of Tony and I think of Le Bernardin because they were such big buddies. I think he was just getting so much stupid Me Too pressure from his girlfriend at the time, and yeah. I think his, like, multicultural thing in New York was sort of falling through. I think he was having issues with his girlfriend. He didn't want to be divorced. He very much wanted to stay with his wife, I believe. At least that's the public answer that I've heard. So that'd be a lot for a guy to take on. Let's do our battle. We got a Stream Raiders battle that's ready. And start pulling stuff out while we're doing our battle there. Victory! Joe Mick getting them kills. Hazel's Hari running away with the scrolls, though. Thank you, thank you. I think we're gonna call it there because we're wrapping things up as far as this tonight. We got chicken. I need to tempt this still, though. And I think I'm going to use my instant read tonight. We're going to show everyone how you properly calibrate this thing, and we'll... Okay, we got ice with some water there. We got our sleeve. This slides down, turns into a wrench. And if you notice, we have a nut on the bottom of our instant read there. Oh, we're not quite done yet, Colorful Peanut, but I didn't think we had another 30 minutes for another battle. And we're going to throw that down in that freezing water, which should take it right to 32 degrees. And it has gone past 32 degrees, which means it's off. It's not calibrated. You can see that's closer to 20 than it is that nice blue 32 there. And so I'm going to then use that nut to turn that till it's 32. And then we're going to make sure it's holding that temp. So now I've wrenched it so it's closer to 32 there. It's not quite on 32 now that I've looked at it in the camera. Camera's got a better zoom than my eyes. And it's not wrenching now for some reason. There we go. See how close we are now. Still a little under. It's pretty handy for doing this, by the way. I mean, all you need is a computer and a camera to, you know, zoom in on things. Alright, so now that we've got that done, we can test our thigh temp. Which is shooting up there. Okay, so we got a nice, we're over 165 in the actual meat. Against the actual thigh bone, we're closer to about 160. Sorry, health department, I'm gonna live with that. Because what carryover we got will probably get it that last little bit, because you only need 165 legally for 15 seconds. You can do a little bit lower for a couple minutes. That's sort of it's a logarithmic scale. It's not even though 165 is that perfect temp. You can do lower for longer. You can. Let's throw these taters back, or these the bread stuffing back in the oven. Take our potatoes off to the side here. Let's grab, if we can get any juice out of this pan, we're going to swap to, I haven't been keeping up with my cleaning tonight. I need a clean pan, cutting board here. Yeah, it's essentially the same way that sous vide works. Which, you're right there. Yeah. You don't have to. You can go longer and lower, but it's not officially safe. So we'll take our chicken, put that on our clean board there, and we're going to pour all this goodness left in the pan here into our gravy. Gravy with quotation marks on it. Oil and all, I ain't afraid of it. Still not feeling great tonight, folks. I apologize. Still feels like some sort of like heat stroke, or my body's just not liking things right now. Throw our potatoes back down in this still warm but off oven too. Okay, I don't know if this is really thick enough still, so I think I'm going to do a bit more starch with this. Which means we've got to bring this back up to a boil. I haven't done anything today, Hazel. That's sort of my... I think it's a combination of dehydration and being in a kitchen that's too hot at the moment. So this is what you're doing for a living, or it's in storage right now, so I'm not doing anything with it right now. I just didn't. I was procrastinating on. Well, at this point, I'm procrastinating on selling it. The dream was I was going to get myself a property and be able to put it on there with maybe like some prepared foods with like a farm stand. Sort of a thing. That was sort of the dream after the business didn't work. Now with COVID, it doesn't make sense to... It makes more sense to hold on to it until things come back. But it is perfectly good mobile kitchen in a trailer. It's got double convection oven. It's got an 8-top range. Couple refrigerators, all the sinks you need, storage, prep tables, all that good jazz. No fryer, but working with farmers markets products, I didn't really need a fryer too much. It's a 20-foot trailer, and I have a truck that can tow it, my normal driving truck. My everyday vehicle is a truck. I used to have pictures of it online, but I have a business that I started with my father as a kid that still... I'm not 100% if it still exists. It still exists. I have the business here in California that doesn't legally exist anymore, but there's some remnants of it. And then I have my own stuff. And so I had 3 domains all pointed to basically one server. And I just somewhat recently redirected everything to my domain. And the other 2 are sort of almost non-existent anymore. I used to have a whole bunch of photos and stuff on it about the trailer, but I blew away that website. So... it's something, well... mobile businesses are not a good way to go. I learned this the hard way. They are the lower price point to get into it, but unless you're an all-star, I mean an all-star, you're paying extra for storage, you're paying way more in licenses, you're paying more for all of your equipment and items. It's nowhere near as economical of having an established location. Like, you don't have a place to have your laundry dropped off. You don't have a place to have your, like, you're legally, at least here in California, you're legally working through a commissary, which is an approved cleaning location, which also turns into a racket because they then offer you your fuel and ice and all of your quick-to-grab items, you know, at a profit for them, but cheaper and convenient for you because you're already there. I mean, you're paying gas every single day just to go to work, just to open your store. It's and it just ended up being, the numbers just didn't make. I could have maybe made it make sense had I invested in a property for my mobile business. But at that point, just get a restaurant. We're gonna add some salt in there. We're gonna add some pepper, maybe. We're gonna cut the heat on that. Pull out some butter here. That is true, Hazel. That said, I greatly enjoyed my time doing it, but I ran the business about 5 years, but I tried it in multiple counties, which then you're really getting into license fees. I tried working it solo. I tried working it with 2 other employees, 1 other employee than me. One of those employees was a CIA grad, so it wasn't like I was training them at the same time. They knew what they were doing. And it just didn't work financially, between licenses, paying farmers market fees, paying more to store my trailer than if I own the space, yada yada yada. that's what got Koji Truck to be so famous and work so well, was they were a new business concept. And it worked great. What made Koji was actually a business called Road Stoves. And Road Stoves in LA was the sort of like first company doing food truck rentals. But when they were renting their trucks, they were completely wrapping them. And they were like the first people to be completely wrapping their food trucks with marketing and names and designs. And so Koji was renting trucks from Road Stoves. They were the all-stars that I was talking about, like the 10th of 1%. And yeah. But they did it renting everything. And so actually did a recipe from Roy Choi on Oreo night there last Wednesday. My ingredient challenge last Wednesday was Oreos, and I took Roy Choi's Golden Oreo breaded chicken for my chicken part of that dinner. I did Oreo barbecue sauce, I did bacon wrapped Oreos, I did Oreo brownies, or cupcakes, whatever you want to call them. We're just making sure this butter emulsifies into our gravy here. I'm a big fan of his local startup too. I don't know how that's done. I haven't heard much. But his local his local business, which is it's slow food but fast food. Slow food movement but serving fast food. Great concept. But I have no idea how it's done. I know it opened up a couple of years ago with COVID and everything else. I just haven't been keeping track with it. But I thought that was a great concept. So we got some gravy. Maybe slightly thinner than I want. That butter thinned it out a little more than I expected. But that'll still coat things. It just won't be very thick. Let's cut ourselves some chicken. Look at all that butter. Look at all that butter. Just sitting down in that crack there. I think I'm going to take one of these chicken breasts. We're going to save that thigh meat for our pot pies tomorrow. We'll stick to our chicken breast here. Nah, I don't have xanthan gum right now anyways. But yeah, you could throw some xanthan gum in there. I could just throw it back on the stove and add a bit more starch, but getting herbs even down here in the bottom. That's awesome. I didn't take a picture of the whole bird. Boo. Okay, photo time. Pull the chicken off the side here. We have roasty toasty potatoes. We have bread stuffing. Maybe could have done that last battle tonight. Let's get a photo of this before we covered in gravy. Cover that in some deliciousness here. Darth. You know, Hazeltari, I'm going to suggest that this dinner is going to work a lot better if you just roasted a whole side of tuna. And just roasted tuna, like whole side, sliced. I'm sure that's affordable for everyone. Let's give everyone a main view of this deliciousness. Right up and close. With potatoes and bread stuffing and chicken gravy? I don't know about that one. I don't mind tuna, but with this dinner? Oh. Every time I take a sip of water, it has to be dehydration. Like, every time I take a sip of water, my body's just like, yes, more. Which means I gotta stop doing this. Yeah, I have that problem with people, Darth. Greatly appreciate you hanging out with me, though. Those potatoes are yummy. Do we have anyone guiding the raid tonight? Thank you, Centigrade. Cheers, folks. I know it's a little late to cheers on that, but cheers, folks. Gravy. Thank you, Hazel. Old Chosen's streaming again, huh? Let's go say hello to him. Lovely gentleman gave me a raid the other night. What are we playing here? What's he playing tonight? Is he playing? Is he cooking? Icarus. Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you, lovely folks, for joining me. I appreciated your company tonight. Got lots of good chat tonight. Had all sorts of people hanging out tonight. I appreciate that. I will be back here tomorrow night. Gonna be doing some, gonna be making a Blitz puff pastry. And we're gonna make a chicken stew out of the remains of our bird here. Do some carrots, maybe some peas, something a little different from what we got here. And turn those into pot pies. Should be a good time. I hope you come back and join me. We do have the Wednesday ingredient challenge. Our current vote, I'm going to end it tomorrow. It's between instant coffee and cream cheese. Please go and vote in the Discord if you haven't yet. And hope to see you back here again soon. I hope you all have a great night. See you again soon. Good night. Good night. Bye-bye.